Hey, so today I'm going to be talking about a assistive communication AAC device or program that you can get on your iPad called LAMP, and it's called Words for Life, and it is designed for students with autism. You can download it on an iPad, and when you first open it up, of course I just showed you this, but this is what it looks like, the app. And then when you click on it, it comes to a homepage. And on this homepage, you have three options, and this is a student's and it's personal. And so you can do a personalized setting, but these three settings that are the first three settings that you start out with. And of course they're backwards because I'm recording it, but we have the one hit, we have the transition, and we have the full options when you come to it. Most students that are first beginning and need an introductory to using an AAC device and those kinds of things, they would use the one hit. And LAMP has designed this to be the most basic communication to start off with. Your yellow icons are all of your pronouns. Your greens are your are your verbs. And everything else that you see is your nouns and adjectives. And so when you are in the one hit, if you click on a button, it just says whatever word that you click on. And so all of these 83 words are the only ones that are available in the one hit. Big, all of those are, you click on them and it just tells you the word. And in the settings, if you go to menu, I'm doing this backwards, so it makes it a little bit difficult. You can change some of your settings. You can change the different profiles that you have. You can change the way, if it has a clicking sound, you can change how fast it says the word. You can change the different voices. So if you like a different voice, if you're older or if you are a girl or a boy and you want to change it that way, you can do that. Here, I'll hold this back here. Sorry, trying to do this backwards is kind of difficult, so let's see if I can rearrange to do it this way. Here we go. Okay, so that's a little bit easier. So yeah, I can change the voices, I can change the rate, and you can change the pitch. We have it set on normal. You can change speech display. So if I wanted this bar up here to disappear, I could hit hide speech display. And then when you hit done, that will disappear. And then you're just left with the words. Now, when you still click it, it will still say the words. Oh, that one went to a new one. So it says mom, but it no longer pops up at the top. So it still only says those words, but then you don't have to backspace and things like that, but you have to be able to hear it instead of having the word pop up at the top. So I like to have that on. So I'm going to go back to settings and turn on my speech display. You can change the font, you can change the color. This is good if you need high contrast. And what it does is it'll bring back the bar, and instead of being white, it is now yellow. So you can see it a little bit easier. If you want to backspace, it's similar to Proloquo to Go. All you have to is double tap and it completely clears it. If you want to do word by word, you just tap it once. If we go back to the vocab and hit choose new vocab, we can try out the transition and we can try out the full. And what it does is with transition, it adds more words. So it still has those 83 basic words on the home screen. And when you click on one, it takes you to the verb. And now it will also add in some other words to it. So we have when, whereas originally that is not on the one hit. We could also go to dog or come, and now we have the word come. But we also have the past tense of came. So it changes and adds a little bit more to your vocabulary, and so it makes it a little bit more in depth. So one of the cool things about LAMP is that it also has pictures that link to more broader terms. So a lot of the things that are in the pictures are what you're looking for when you're looking for specific categories. So I'm gonna go to the full option. In the full option, you actually have over 3,000 words available already on here. They are all just under different categories. So like I said, you have your pronouns, you have your verbs, you have another option over here, which is spelling. If you cannot find a word, but you know how to spell the word, then you can go to your spelling icon, and it gives you the keyboard. You have your numbers, you have letters, you have all of your punctuation, and then we hit go back, and it'll take us back to the home screen. But if you are looking for something like animals, you have to find the animal cat picture. So I would go to come, and then up at the top, you see we have lots of different categories. We have pets. If I click on it, since it's light blue, it has more options. When we do click on a category, it is bright green like this. Those are my verbs. These are my conjunctions. And so, and then we can change the tense of things. So anything that has to do with pets or training pets, because we also have carry or tame, things like that, you can find those with the dog. If you do not know where a word is, you can go to the spelling and then go to word finder. Now this is a great thing when you are unfamiliar like me with a new communication device. And if I wanted to find the word, let's think of a word. If I wanted to find the word taco, because that's what we're having for lunch today, is tacos. And hit done, and then I hit find. It will show me how to get to the word taco. So those are the steps that I need to do. I need to go to eat with the picture of the apple, go to Mexican, and then go to the taco. And so I hit cancel. I go back to my home screen. I go to eat, and I go to Mexican, and there is the word taco. Now, each time that you press a word, it will go back to the home screen. So if you have two things on one screen that you want, you'll have to go back and start over from the beginning. And if there's something different about that, I have not figured it out yet. This is something that a student is using in my classroom currently, and he is partially verbal. So a lot of the time with his communication needs, he will tell us personally what he needs, or he'll just use, quick sayings that he's learned. So he does know how to use this. He's actually very good at using this. He's been using this for several years. He came from North Carolina, and this program was actually very popular up there. So he's actually very good at it. He can spell on it. He can talk to us about it. He can type in sentences. But a lot of the time he just prefers to communicate verbally. But it is a really good system if you have students or children who do struggle with speech, and you just want them to learn the basics of communication and that sort of thing. It's a great thing to introduce to them. It's an app available, and you can also, I wanted to show that if you go to Safari, there is a website that if you just Google LAMP Words for Life, it has an About Me page. And it talks about what it's for, all those good parts, and it also has some more videos that kind of go through it a little bit more than I do. I've actually been watching these to actually help me learn this program a little bit better. And so that is my video about LAMP. So it's got And it kind of goes through all the basics about the different parts that I went through and things like that. You can also add words to this if there's things that you don't like or if there's things that you need. But they do have a whole lot of stuff already on there. So this is LAMP, and go check it out.